I'm Claire and this is my vlog, Loves Red Sews. So today I am coming to you with a slightly different vlog. So recently I was contacted by a company called Babylon Leather and they produce kind of sewing kits but for bags. So they're all predominantly leather bags and they provide the full kit, everything you need to make the bag, and everything comes kind of flat pieces with pre-cut holes in it, and then it is then down to you to kind of put the bag together. So they approached me and asked me if I would be interested in trialing a kit and then sharing my sort of process with you guys to see how I get on. So I had a look on their website and there is quite a lot of choice actually with different bag styles and stuff. I will show you just like a little reel here with some options in it of different things that they do. Being that I've not really done anything like this before, I wanted to kind of pick something relatively easy. So I didn't want to go with anything too complicated to start with. So I decided to pick a kind of bucket bag style, and the one I went with is this one here. So this is a basic kind of bucket bag. You have the option to have it lined or unlined. I chose lined, and generally they send white stitching out with it, which is kind of like obviously a contrasting stitch. I did ask for red stitching to be sent with mine because I thought it might look a little bit nicer. So I thought I would share the kit with you and show you what the quality of the leather is like, and then I will take you along with the journey of making the bag, showing you kind of a little bit of the process, and then sharing at the end the finished product. So Babylon Leather did provide me with a discount code which I can share with you guys, so I will put it along the bottom of the screen here. This gives you 10% off any kit that you purchase, and this is also an affiliate code, so if you do make a purchase using this particular code, I will get a little bit of money back for that. So I just thought I would share that in case you are interested in making a purchase. Now I'm in the UK and these kits do come from overseas, so if you do place an order, they probably likely to take around a week to arrive, which isn't too bad really, but yeah. So shall we crack on and have a look at what has arrived? So this is the box. So it's quite a big box but a fairly flat box, so all of the leather actually comes completely flat, and the bag is not constructed at all. So this is how the package initially comes. So I have previously opened this because I just wanted to check the contents inside, but I haven't gone into too much detail. So when you open the package up, this is what it looks like. So it's really well packaged. Immediately as soon as I open it, I've got the strong smell of leather, so I can tell that it is 100% leather. And what you get first of all inside the box is there is a couple of free gifts that they always send you, and I'm just trying to find my other ones. So you do get a couple of silk scarves. So the ones I got are this particular one, and these are, you can kind of tie these onto the handle of the bag. And then I also got another one which is actually in the bag with all of the sort of tools and everything, and it is this kind of yellowy one. So yeah, it's got some nice kind of colours that match in with the bag. So as you can see here, you get all of your sort of bag hardware here. You get your snips, you get your threads. I think these little things are to protect your fingers when you're sewing with the threads, I believe. There's a little padlock, so my bag actually comes with the padlock, and then all my needles are here as well. So I've got everything I need to make the bag. And they also put in this little gift as well, which is a little leather horse, which is already made up. And again, it's like a little bag charm, so that can also sit on your bag, and that is 100% leather. It's really nice quality, and yeah, that's really cute. So you get your shipping list here. So it tells you the bag, the DIY bag kit. So I received this one here, and so it shows you that you've received that. There is a QR code here, which is a tutorial, shows you how to make the bag. I believe the tutorial, I think, is just a video, no like words, no description. Then I've got my pony pendant, 2 silk scarves, and then the leather sewing tool positioning pin. I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, 6 of those. I'm not entirely sure what those are at the moment, but that is those. So I shall find out. It does say that that is a free gift, so yeah, I'll have to find out what they are. I'm not entirely sure what they are for yet. And then there is a leaflet here for Babylon leather, and just a little bit information about them, a QR code. They've got a Facebook group, and just a little bit. So it tells you the Babylon DIY leather kit is 100% hand sewn, full grain leather, quality hardware, step-by-step tutorial video, and all-inclusive materials and tools. And then there are some examples in here of bags that other people have made. And yeah, so just a little bit of information about them, and then all of their contact details are on the back as well, but I will link them below for you so that you can go and have a look if you are interested. So as I mentioned, the bag I got was the leather picketing bag DIY kit, and I asked for the lining for that one. I went with the matching thread, which is the red thread. So as you can guess, I have received the red leather version of this bag. So I'm just going to pause this for a second while I open the packaging, because it's quite noisy, and then I'll come back to you in 2 seconds. Better. So what I've got here is the outer part of the bag, and then this is the lining, which is slightly brighter red. So the outer is leather, and I believe the inner is not leather. And if you can see there, you've got all the holes punched along the sides and in the places where you kind of need them. So they are all pre-punched. So I have 2 of those outer pieces, and I must say this is so soft. I mean, you can see how supple this is, hopefully, and I went for the grain because I have had a bag like this before with this kind of grainy leather, and I really love that. And it honestly, it's so soft, and the smell is, you can tell it's 100% leather. So all of the pieces have this kind of finished edging on it. So it's really good quality. It's all been pre-cut, and all the pieces are exactly the same size. As you can see, it all matches up. So that's really good quality. I also have a bag base. So this already has feet installed, and I think these little covers come off, and then I've got some nice gold sort of feet on that, and obviously that is the inside. That is the outside that will sit on the bottom of the bag. So you can actually choose your hardware. You can choose the silver or the gold hardware. I went with gold because personally I just think the gold just looks a little bit more sort of luxurious, and I always prefer gold hardware on a bag over silver, so I went with that. So that is my base, and as you can see, this also has the holes in it. And then I have all of my strap pieces here as well. So I'm not entirely sure what all of these are yet, but this one is a little bit kind of more floppy. This one is not lined, so I have to work out what each of these pieces are. I've got these couple of pieces here, two of these, and then I've got this piece, which I'm assuming is for the outside of the bag because it's already got some hardware installed on it and a rillet on that one. And then I've got this little bow piece. You can see there the back of the leather. This thin piece here, which is pre-cut with a hole, and not quite sure what that is for, but we will work that out along the way. So all of my bag pieces. So this is how it was inside. It's all nicely kind of packaged, and I'm looking forward to getting started with that. So I shall bring you along on my journey of putting that bag together, and let's see how we get on. Hi guys, so I thought I would just pop on and show you a little bit of the sewing process. I'm currently sewing this sort of strip here onto the front of the bag. So this will be the front. So I thought I'd just show you a little bit of the sewing process. So you have one piece of thread and 2 needles. So you pass one needle, don't know how well you can see that, you pass one needle through one side, and then you pass the second needle back through the hole that the first one has just come through. And this just ensures that you've got a secure sort of thread on the bag, and then you kind of pull those quite tight. This is what the threads are looking like so far. It's got a little bit of something stuck there, but yeah, this is what the threads will look like, and it's the same on the other side. So this is the inside of the bag, and this is the outside of the bag, which is real leather. So I'm going to carry on attaching that. I've got these bits here, which are the buckles, and this clip is just holding the strip together while I sew it on. So I'll take a little bit of a time-lapse video to show you, and hopefully you will see a little bit of the process. Hi everyone, so I thought I would just jump on and show you the next bit of the bag. So as you saw, I had put the front and back pieces together by attaching these kind of strips here, and I am now inserting the base of the bag. So what I've had to do is turn the bag inside out, and you're kind of working right sides together, and then what you would do is sort of attach the base of the bag all the way around, and then you turn the bag back in on itself, and it just creates this nice kind of what do you call it, I can't remember what it's called now. You get it kind of on the edge of cushions, but basically this, so you've got this strip. It is quite tricky. I mean, I'm absolutely loving this. All of the holes are matching up perfectly. This bit I knew was going to be a little bit tricky. So you've got this kind of wire here, which is kind of like this on a reel, and then you've got this strip, and then you've got the bag, and then you've got the base. So you're having to kind of tuck this little strip inside here, and then you're sort of putting the needle through the hole, but you've got to make sure it goes through the whole of the base of the bag, the hole in this strip. It goes across the front of this to kind of keep this in place, and then it goes back out onto the other part of the bag here. So just bring that a little bit closer, so you kind of like, can you see there, the thread is passing through all of them. So this bit's taken a little bit of time. The bag is a little bit kind of wider naturally than the base. It does all fit together, but yeah, and it's just a case of kind of taking my time and going around all of the base. So the corners are probably the most trickiest bit, but I'm just going really slowly and making sure that I'm catching all the holes. So I just thought I'd kind of show you that. I might show you a little bit of the process in a second, just to give you an idea. If you notice, I've got a couple of things on my fingers. I found these in my little stash because my finger here was starting to get a little bit sore. It's the only bit that's getting sore actually, considering all the sewing that I've done. So I've just stuck a couple of those little pads, so they're kind of like little leather, I think they're called, yeah, thimble pads. So it's kind of works like a thimble, but they're very sticky, so they just stick to your finger. They don't really move anywhere, and that is proving to be quite useful. So I will just show you sort of the process that I'm doing here. So I'll try and turn this to, hopefully you can see this okay. I'm going to be a little bit cat-handed now because I'm doing it through sort of from slightly opposite side to what I was doing, but you've just got to make sure that you pick up all the holes. So I'm just pushing this through here, and as you can see, it's going through all of the layers. So there's kind of 4 layers there, and obviously this wire as well. So I'm pulling that through there, and then I'm trying to put that needle out of the way, and then you grab the other needle, and then I'm going back down through the hole that I've just came up with that one. So you've kind of got to be careful not to push through thread that is already there, which sometimes can be a little bit tricky. And there you go, so it's come out the other side. I've managed to catch all of the bits again there. So I'm then pulling that through, and then you have to pull those tight to make those stitches kind of secure. So yeah, I think I'm doing okay. That one that I've just gone down, I am now using that same one to go up the next hole. But these holes all line up absolutely beautifully, and I'm not really having any issues with, you know, none of them lining up. So yeah, I just thought I would show you so you can see possibly there where the thread is kind of going through. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to sign off again because I don't want this video to be mega long, because there's still a bit of the process to go yet. So I'll probably pop back on and show you some more of the process at some point. Okay. Hi everyone, so I have just finished inserting the base for the bag. So this is the inside of the bag, and what I need to do is turn this round the right way. So this is the back of the bag, and this is where I finished my stitching, and just right here you kind of cut it off and then you just put a couple of dabs of glue on it, but it looks quite neat. I think it's gone in quite well. The only thing is I remembered the word from earlier, it's the piping. So where it joins the other side of the bag, I don't think it's the neatest, but we'll have a look when I turn it inside out. But I thought you might want to see me trying to do that. I've not done this before, so we will see how it goes. So what they tell you to do is to kind of push in the corners kind of like this, so you don't want to be getting your nails in it. You just want to kind of be pushing the corners in like that, and then I think I'll probably do the other side. And somehow I need to kind of turn this bag around, so make sure I don't get the glue on me. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Just going to kind of squeeze the edges and push that sort of edge out a little bit. This is the join that I was telling you about. I don't think my join is that neat. It's just slightly loose there, and I'm not quite sure why, because I did catch it all in. But I might have to find out if there's a way that I can neaten that. I don't know if there is now, to be honest. But I might be able to maybe just put a little bit of red pen or something on the end, which will make it slightly less inconspicuous. That is the back of the bag anyway. But that is it turned out the right way, and I think the piping looks pretty good actually. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So that is what it looks like. So this will connect through here. There is a little lock that you put on it, and then the next thing I need to do is make the handles and then attach those. But yeah, that is it so far. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of it comes together, but I thought you might just be interested to see how you turn it inside out. So that's it. Hi guys, so I thought I would pop on and just show you what I'm doing. So I'm kind of at the last stages of the bag at the moment. I have attached one handle, which is here. Can't really see it very well, but yeah, that's kind of like the back of it, and obviously the inside of the bag. I've actually put a little sort of silk scarf on it already, and the hanging kind of decoration which has the key in it, but I'll show you those after I've done this. But I thought I would just kind of show you the process for sewing the strap. So you kind of start off here right in the middle at the bottom of the strap, and you start going up the side, and that bit attaches to the bag kind of either side, so you can see the back of it, of one of them here. And now all I'm doing is I'm just sewing all the way along. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm sewing all the way along this part of the strap. When I get a little bit further down here, I will then attach this one onto this bit here, and then sew around, and then I will come all the way back around the strap to finish off connecting it here, and then that will be the strap finished. Once I've done that strap, that's the bag all done, it's completely finished. So I'm actually not very far off finishing it. As you can see on these straps, they are pre-split, and it doesn't split anymore, so it's split just for the amount that you need it. And then you've got the holes which are all perfectly aligned with the bag. Everything matches in perfectly, and both sides of the strap are leather, but they said on the video that the side that goes on the front of the bag, the holes are very slightly bigger, and they're just a little bit more kind of clearer. On the back, the holes are slightly smaller, so that is the way to differentiate between the front of the strap and the back, so it's easy to know which way that you place it onto the bag. So that's really handy, that there's sort of a front and a back side. So I will carry on with this. I might show you a little bit of me doing it on time lapse, and then I will come back to you when the bag is complete and show you what it looks like. Hi everybody! So as you can see, I finished my bag last night, so I thought I would just jump on just to finish up this video, show you the finished bag, and just let you know my thoughts around this. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I was gifted this bag from Babylon Leather, and they sent it as a kit. It comes as a kit, and then you make it up yourself. So I did actually get this a few months ago, but when they sent it to me, I mentioned that I had a few other things on at the time that I wasn't able to complete it straight away, which they said was absolutely fine. And then when I was ready to do it sort of towards the end of May, they then had some technical issues on their website, and they had to I think they were updating their website, and then they were updating all of their tutorial videos as well, so it ended up getting a little bit more delayed because of that, but finally got around to making my bag. I've been sewing it up this week, sort of during the evenings, and to be honest, it hasn't taken that long to come together. I've just been doing bits at a time. I've been trying to take my time to get it as neat as possible, and I think it's turned out really, really well, actually. I'm so pleased with it. The process itself, I found really, really enjoyable. I absolutely loved it. And just as soon as I started doing it, I was like, I love this. I love what I'm doing. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you've never made anything like this before, like a hand sewn sort of leather bag, I would highly recommend it. Now, Babylon Leather do have a lot of options on their website. They have obviously some more complicated bags and some slightly less complicated bags. The one I chose was probably, I think maybe a little bit more easier, and because I'd never done anything like this before, I wanted to pick something that wasn't too difficult. But I would definitely do another one. I just absolutely loved it. I was really pleased with it and the whole process, and I feel kind of super proud of myself, really, that I have achieved something like this, and it's turned out such a professional looking bag. I think it almost looks kind of shop bought, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. So as you know, I went for the red option, and this is my finished bag. So the feet, I haven't actually taken the little caps off the feet yet, but you just kind of pop those off. They're just like little caps to protect the feet, and I've got these little gold feet on the bottom. So yeah, I haven't quite bought myself around to taking those off. I went for the gold hardware because I think it just looks a little bit more stylish. So you have this here, which is the padlock to kind of lock the bag, and then this bit here contains the key inside, which is there, and that unlocks the padlock. So this was the first thing that was sewn, and then I just kind of followed the tutorial. The tutorial itself, I would say, I found it slightly difficult in the fact that there's no talking or anything on it. So you get subtitles come up, but the whole video is actually silent. So the bit I found difficult was actually watching what they were doing and trying to read what they were doing. So I found I had to kind of go back a few times and kind of re-watch things, because I couldn't read and watch the tutorial at the same time. I could only do one of those things. So I think it would have been easier to have somebody talking on it, and then having the video as well. Sorry about the noise, I just have a random plane going over. Yeah, so I think it would have been slightly easier if there was just somebody talking through the sort of techniques whilst showing you what they were doing at the same time, because then I kind of listened while I was watching. But the fact that I had to read and watch, I had to keep going backwards and forwards a little bit, so that I think probably took a little bit longer. But this is the lined version of the bag. So it has it's kind of fully lined, so it's not the kind of raw suede style backing on it. This is not real leather, the inside, but the outside is, and it definitely smells like leather. It's really, really soft. And yeah, it's just come together beautifully. I did have a slight issue when I was attaching this piping and the base, and right at the end I realised afterwards, so I'd done all the stitches and I had sealed the stitches with glue and everything, and it was all cut, everything was done, and then I realised that I had actually missed just one little hole on this, and it made this slightly loose. Also, where you cut this, it was a little bit white, sort of just on the inside of the inside of this kind of trim. So I did actually get a Sharpie pen and just coloured that in red so it all matched in, and it was actually a perfect match. And then I've put like quite a few dabs of glue there. I don't know how well you can see that, but I think I've done a fairly decent job on that, to be honest, considering you know, it wasn't completely looking great. That's the back of the bag, and like from a distance I don't think it's that noticeable anyway, and that is the side that would kind of be against me, so I'm not too worried about that. It was just a little bit annoying that I just didn't get that bit quite right. There was one bit, I think when you're attaching the main strip down the front and then on the back, on the video, I think for the front side it said that you need 9 times your thread, and then on the back side for this one it said 8 times the thread, and I found that a bit strange because it was the same kind of length. So I think that was possibly a little error on the video. I mean, I did have just enough for the 8, and I would have had a little bit left over when I used 9 times, so it kind of worked out, but yeah, that was the only thing. And then, oh yeah, so when attaching the centerpiece on the back, this, oh no, sorry, it was it's actually this piece. So the it was actually this piece here. So when you actually attach that onto the bag, because you have to attach it onto the top of here, and it tells you that you have to attach it the right way round so that when you turn it, when it hangs on the bag, you're going to see sort of like the nicer side of this sort of opening, rather than the rear side of it. However, that part of the video, the text on there was completely black, like blacked out. There was like a black line running through it, and I couldn't read it at all, I think, and I went backwards a few times, so I thought in case it was my error, but it looks like there might have been an error on the tutorial video, so I will mention that to them. But I had to take best guess, and unfortunately I did put it on the wrong way, so I had to unpick all of my stitching and do that part again. But everything else actually came together brilliantly, and yeah, I just absolutely love the process, so I would highly recommend, and I think these would make a perfect gift. Now this particular bag I love, but I'm not sure it's a day-to-day sort of bag, to be honest, if I'm honest. It's just a little bit too short on the, you know, on the strap, kind of to wear on your shoulder. I think that just sits up a little bit too high in the armpit. I think the straps could have been slightly longer. So in order to use this bag, I think you would just either have to carry it like that or carry it on your arm like this. Now, I'm not the sort of person that would carry a bag like that. For me, it would have been quite handy to have either slightly longer straps, or the other thing I'm thinking of, but I really don't know if I should do this or not. So let me know if you have any thoughts. But I was kind of thinking, I wonder if there is any way to put something onto the bag that I can attach like a longer sort of strap or handle, because you can get kind of pre-made handles, so one even with a kind of design on it that matched in with the colours. I really don't know if that would be the right thing to do, but I was kind of thinking, because I've got a green machine, whether I could sort of put a couple of eyelets on either side. It would mean punching a hole through this, and I really don't know if I should do that or not. And yeah, I don't know, maybe attaching a bag, like a bag handle, so that I can kind of wear it with the handle over my shoulder, because sort of day to day, and you know, to fit in with my sort of lifestyle, I would find it quite hard just to carry it like that, or on my arm. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. I mean, otherwise I I absolutely love it. I really do love it, and it's, you know, in my colour and everything, so I am really pleased with it. But it's just, you know, to get a little bit more use out of it, I would like to try and think of a way, you know, of maximising that really. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. As I mentioned, I do have an affiliate code for Babylon Leather, so if it is something that you're looking to make yourself or to buy as a gift for somebody, they have a lot of bag kits on their website. I will link everything below, but my affiliate code, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is lovesred10, so it gets you 10% off any DIY kit. And at the moment, currently while I'm filming this, they also have 20% off all kits, so you can use my affiliate code in conjunction with that, and it will give you then 30% off any kit. So I think that's a great saving. So it's a really good chance to, you know, if it's something that you're interested in, feel free to use my code and get yourself a kit. So I'm going to sign off here, and I hope you've enjoyed following along with my making journey. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below. But I shall be catching up with you again soon in another video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.